Americans, listen closely. You've been living under a curse for nearly 50 years, and I bet that most of you don't even realize it. The curse began in 1979 when the Iranian regime first raised their voices with the chilling chant, "Death to America." That curse didn't fade. It wasn't symbolic. They are still chanting it today. If you think this curse is only on the nation, let me tell you, you are wrong, naive, and ignorant. This curse has seeped into every part of our lives, our families, our children, our relationships, our health, our finances, and our peace.
I've been a proud rural American my entire life. But the truth is, in rural America, poverty is higher, wages are lower, and jobs are far and few between.
Florida beaches are empty because racism don't pay the bills. Now those beaches and businesses are empty in Florida, and the business owners are scratching their head. They're like, I don't understand what's happening and why this is going on. This is what happens when you build your entire platform on bigotry and fear. When you spend years attacking immigrants, the very people who visit your state, spend money in your hotels, eat at your restaurants, buy your tacky ass beach towels. Don't act shocked when they stop showing up. And understand, it's not just tourists who aren't coming to Florida. When you squeeze the working class like a lemon, there is no juice left for joy. You think people got beach money right now? People can't even afford to go outside. And all those Trump tariffs, those weren't on corporations. Those were Trump taxes on us. Prices went up, jobs got cut, and now folks are choosing between groceries and gas, not plane tickets to Clearwater. And y'all made Florida a hostile environment, honestly. And not just for immigrants, but also for black people, LGBTQ, teachers, hell, even librarians. Y'all made the beach a battleground. So now it's just you and those overpriced souvenir stands collecting dust. And now conservative business owners are mad. But they're mad at the consequences of the policies that they voted for. Baby, this ain't karma. This is cause and effect. Conservative policies destroy communities, period. So ask yourself, how long are you guys going to continue to vote against your own business?
I think God is punishing America. And I would like you to hear me out. I could be wrong, but I truly think we are. We are a nation that was once founded on God and Scripture, and yet we have turned away from God completely. There's no prayer in school. God is being taken out of the national anthem, and every religion is okay to be worshipped except Christianity. Christianity is persecuted in America.
What's up, guys? Welcome back to the channel. Now, a lot of white MAGA supporters are now calling out to the black community for help. Now, most of them are finally realizing something, that they actually voted against themselves. They vote against their own best interest, thinking they were somehow punishing other minority group in America. But now, reality is hitting hard, and they are realizing the truth. The tariff they once cheered for are now crushing their own pocket. Their businesses are collapsing, their farms are falling, and the very system they supported is turning against them. So let's watch this video till the end, then I'll be back with more comment. All credits goes to the original creator of the video. I'm your host, Dash Lifestyle.
And here's another cold hard fact. Beginning with the New Deal, continuing through to the Great Society, and ending just recently with the President's infrastructure bill, the Democrats in both rural and urban America have fought to provide a social safety net that's much needed in rural America while offering targeted incentives to help rural America grow. And our question is, when are conservatives in rural America going to join us in the fight? Hi guys, my name's Will, your favorite rural campaign and elections expert, and let's talk about it. Here are some hard facts we have to come to terms with in rural America. Nearly 75% of the poor living in rural America come from southern Republican states. Both poverty and our dependence on the social safety net is higher in rural America than it is in our cities and suburbs. In every section of America,
I don't care. I don't fucking care. All these videos on this app about how in 3 weeks the grocery stores are going to be empty, good. Fucking let that fucking play out. Okay, take some precautions, but let that shit play out. Farmers on this app boo-hooing because they're losing their farms? Fuck all the way off. What did you think was going to happen? Joe Biden bailed you out, then you turned around and voted for Trump. So yeah, I'm glad that all your government grants and bailouts and farmer welfare got taken away from you. And I hope to God a Democrat buys your land and is profitable. Truckers. Oh my God, the amount of truckers on my algorithm right now boo-hooing that they don't have any loads, which by the way, at first is kind of funny. But what? 90% of you voted for this. What the fuck did you think was going to happen when he tariffed the whole world and there was going to be no product to move around the country? Hello? Oh my God. Oh my God. I mean, don't get me wrong. I'm scared to death of the fucking shitstorm that we are all about to fucking walk through. And the longevity of those empty shelves fucking keeps me up at night. But the only thing that keeps me going is that any day it could happen.
I asked ChatGPT to give me a list of the top 10 most hardcore DJT states. And this is the list that it gave me. Wyoming, West Virginia, North Dakota, Oklahoma, Idaho, Arkansas, Alabama, Kentucky, South Dakota, and Tennessee. And I specifically asked for this list because I just want to make sure that I can sleep at night knowing we're all on the exact same page. Until I know that you know how severely impacted these top 10 states are going to be with the policies that are in this big, beautiful bill. This big, beautiful bill is about to blow up rural America. I know I'm speaking to you right now when I say that you know somebody who is on social services of some sort, whether that's a single mom, whether that's an elderly person, whether that's somebody with a disability, or that's somebody who has a diabetic foot ulcer. I know the patient populations in rural communities that I have spent my entire medical career learning from rural physicians in a rural place, okay? And what is happening in the fine print, in the language y'all don't usually speak, because who does? Are things that are going to destroy the livelihoods of so many hundreds of thousands of people in your communities, wreck your economies, rip away resources, rip away opportunities, and leave you in the dust. Even if you're somebody who lives in one of these places that is able to afford life and your family and you don't rely on any government services at all, I want you to consider what would happen if you couldn't utilize those services for your mom, your dad. I want you to imagine what would happen if all of a sudden your child had a crazy accident and you needed a ridiculous amount of hundreds of thousands of dollars worth of durable medical equipment. 29% of the population in West Virginia is on Medicaid. Wyoming, 43,000 people. You got to consider the population of the state as a whole too, okay? So these are large percentages of the populations. Oklahoma, how many people in Oklahoma? Hold on. 25% of the population is enrolled in Medicaid. Medicaid, that's not the senior citizens. Those aren't even the elderly people. Those are the young people, the kids, the young adults, the moms. In Oklahoma, the average income per capita is $58,500. The median household income is $59,700. In this bill, it states that anybody making under, I think it's $50,000, will be seeing an increase in taxes. I'm sure anybody making less than $50,000, no matter what state you live in right now, is having a really hard time. Are you not? So now the plan is not only to increase the taxes that you're paying on the minimal income that you do make, but also remove your access to government services like Medicaid. Why? Because you're an able-bodied young person. You should be able to handle it. Sorry. Oh, we don't believe in college here. It brainwashes you. So we're capping our population's ability to continue to climb those ladders of socioeconomic status by being able to obtain high-paying jobs that provide you with insurance benefits. Those things aren't available if you're working trade jobs. And there's nothing wrong with working trade jobs. That's why we're fine paying y'all's Medicaid. But when you take that away, what are you going to do? What are you going to do? Do you know how much it costs to buy diabetes, hypertension, high cholesterol, and pain medicine without Medicaid? It's not just the people of color that are benefiting from these services, and that's what you're not understanding. If you take the population at large, yes, there are a high percentage of people in places like California that are relying on these services, and maybe you don't think that you owe that to them. But if you don't think you owe it to your own community, then you need to look in the mirror. The comments are open to respectful people, but I am a big fan of the block button. All to benefit the person who built his entire campaign by exploiting the very things that y'all care about the most based on your religious beliefs and your morals and your values, being hardworking, pull up your bootstraps, go on, get them, wipe your tears away people. He did that on purpose, and it is so sick. It's so sick because whether...
I don't know if it's just me or what, but I was so excited for Trump to get back into office for what? For what? I mean, prices are still... bad. They're rising. Hell, everybody's struggling. I mean, wasn't you supposed to help us? Wasn't you supposed to? But He's not worried about us because, I mean, he's balling. He's rich. He ain't worried about it.
These prices are way too expensive. Everything is going up every single day. Yeah, tariffs. Yeah, they're supposed to make the country great and bring all this money in, but who pays the tariff costs, guys? American citizens pay the tariff costs. It's not these other countries. It's not the companies. They're just passing the cost and the burden down onto the consumer.
Oh, MAGA, you're in trouble. Apparently there's a shortage of workers on the farm. But don't worry, MAGA. Brooke Collins, who heads agriculture, says that she has a solution. Seems like Trump and Brooke Collins have put their heads together and come up with a solution to solve the problem on the farms losing workers. Let's watch the video and see what Brooke Collins has to say to solve this issue.
Score enough. There will be no amnesty. The mass deportations continue, but in a strategic way, and we move the workforce towards automation and 100% American participation, which again, with 34 million people, able-bodied adults on Medicaid, we should be able to do that fairly quickly. Thank you.
Did you hear that, MAGA? They're saying if you're able-bodied and on Medicaid, you are going to work in the fields. MAGA, this is where it hits you. You're going to work in the fields. And you're going to see what it's like for these undocumented immigrants to come to America and work a hard day's labor in the American fields. Get ready to pack up Mima and Pop-Pop and put them on a bus and send them to the fields, MAGA. That's what you voted for, and that's what you deserve. Tell me what you guys think about this in the comments. Have a day.
I think one of the reasons why so many rural people voted MAGA is if you come to a small town, which my family is largely from, you see it's generations of people who haven't done anything with themselves other than be exactly where they are. So they come for entire people, groups of people, ethnicities of people who have done everything they can to be somewhere else. I would probably be a little bitter and jealous too. And I taught my son this weekend, look around you. You'll be able to pick it out. And if they're going to be so good at picking people out and isolating others, you can turn the energy around. And it's crazy that so many people who would be so against so many things, who would probably benefit from some kind of dental care at least, would be so blind and ignorant to whether or not they would be able to get it or other people could as well.
As a person that's had MAGA family their whole life, even before it was called MAGA, I can tell you that they have always been able to dish it, but never been able to take it. Not ever. These people are so fucking mean, okay? And they always have been. My father is from deep rural Southeast Missouri. I still live in Missouri, but I live in Kansas City today, a stunning oasis compared to the rest of Missouri. But my dad left home when he was 18 to go to college, literally for the reason of wanting to make a better life for himself, because he grew up in a tiny, deep red, incredibly racist, incredibly sexist town with a single mother. So like, he had a lot of this knowledge that life wasn't going too well for them, you know? And his mom tried really hard. She wasn't perfect, but she did her best, but their circumstances were not the best, and he knew he needed to go get an education and go do something else. So he got a football scholarship for his first year, and then he worked to cover the other years. And I think he also got other financial help from other places, but he busted his ass to leave this town, to go to college, to make a better life for now me and my sibling. Like literally, he knew from that very young age that he wanted kids, that he wanted a family, that he just wanted a better life for himself. You know what my family, still back in Southeast Missouri, still calls him to this day? A traitor. They call him a family traitor for leaving Southeast Missouri, for leaving them behind, and they call him elitist because he wanted to go live in the city. He wanted a better life because, you know, we settled in Kansas City, which is a decent sized city. It's not huge, but it's, you know, we've got tall buildings. There's a lot of stuff to do around here. And literally this started from the moment he went to college. They started saying this the moment he left, and he is now 50 years old. And they still say this to him. whenever he shows up. And earlier this year, well, actually, I guess it was late last year when Trump won the election, they just fucking started spamming him texts about Trump. And my father was dark woke before dark woke was a thing, because he is on the left, but he will be mean about it, okay? He will spout left-wing talking points in your face with the vigor of a Fox News conservative talk show host. He's not super nice about it all the time, but like they started it and they're also not nice about it, so like who gives a fuck, right? But literally last year Missouri was putting abortion on the ballot. They're putting it on the ballot again next year. Love living in a fascist state that doesn't give a fuck what their citizens want. But it was on the ballot last year. And so my dad, being the good person that he is, was trying to get them to vote in favor of, you know, allowing abortion to be legal in this state. And they literally were like, no, baby killer, blah, blah, blah. Here's some lore about my father. His mom had an abortion before she had him, okay? And they were pulling out that fact and they were saying like, your mom's a baby killer, your mom, you know, his mom's dead now, by the way. Yeah, she's dead. She can't defend herself. But they just said these things to him just out of the kindness of their own hearts. And I just fucking hate when MAGA acts as if they're all like, oh, we just want to be left alone. We just stop shoving all your stuff in my face. Like, if you would just let us live, we wouldn't bother you. It's like, that's not true. Because you've been bothering and shitting all over my father and us too. Like, by association, like they don't like me or my sibling or my mom really either. We're all city elitists, even though we literally live in a mid-sized Midwest city. It's not fucking New York over here. It's not even Chicago. And they've been so fucking mean to us our whole lives. And I hate it when conservatives get on this app and act like they're the victims. It's like, no, you're fucking not. I know you've been this way to people your whole life. You've always been assholes. My father literally cut ties with a lot of his family this year because they kept just fucking antagonizing him about Trump and texting him about Trump and telling him how they like that the libs get upset when they talk about it, the libs being him, right? And they're his fucking family. Like, he grew up with them. He was actually like close with these people at one time. These are people that helped raise him. And then they decided they hated him when he went off to college, that he was an elitist, that he was a traitor to the family because he decided to go try and build a better life. So I don't want to fucking hear it from y'all. You've been mean, you've been shitty for as long as I can remember, and you can't make excuses, okay? I know you guys. I grew up with you guys.
These rural towns, mostly in red states, are really about to be in the find out. First, let me tell you what the Trump administration did with this big, beautiful bill that they think is pretty slick. You see, most of these things with Medicaid cuts aren't going to go into effect until 3.5 years down the line. When is that? When Donald Trump is no longer president. You see, he doesn't want to be able to take credit. He doesn't want anyone to blame him for hospitals closing and people losing their Medicaid. So he delayed everything until he's out of office. And so what he gets to do with this is he gets to say that, oh, all of the things that are happening to these hospitals and with Medicaid and everything, that's all Joe Biden's fault, because my stuff doesn't kick in for 3 years. Then when it were to kick in, if it is to kick in, it's going to get worse. So for the most part, the next president, probably a Democrat, is going to have to come in and overturn all the things that he did just so people don't lose their Medicaid and a lot of these hospitals don't close up. But unfortunately, many of these hospitals are anticipating what's to come, and they're already planning that they're going to have to close up in the next 3 to 7 years. But you have JD Vance out there, of course, blaming Joe Biden for everything that's going on right now during the Trump administration, and out here saying that they put in provisions and they put in fail-safes so that rural hospitals won't have to close. Meanwhile, rural hospitals are planning on closing. So let's listen to JD Vance with this bullshit talking about they're saving rural hospitals when we know that's not the truth. First of all, let me point out, did you notice when he was saying all the bullshit, all the stuff none of these people have ever heard of? He got no applause at all. So then he decided to go to the the Trump card. He went to the card, the ace of spades, which is the racism. He's like, nobody's cheering when I'm talking about healthcare and Medicaid and rural hospitals. You know what? Illegal aliens need to get the hell out of here. We want them out of here. We're getting the Mexican people out of here. And then all of a sudden the racists are like, yeah, because they know that. They understand the racism. That's the part they love the most about Donald Trump. You see, policy means nothing to them. They don't care that their gas prices and grocery prices are still going up. They don't care about that. They care that, one, they think they're owning the libs, and two, the racism. They like the fact that J.D. Vance and Donald Trump are as racist as they are. And let me point something else out. He's talking about all the problems during the Biden administration. You know what? If you Google rural hospital closures during Biden's administration, you don't find a bunch of articles about that. But during the Trump administration, you find a bunch of articles about rural hospitals that are anticipating having to close, and it is because of the cuts to Medicaid in the big beautiful bill. That is the only reason. That's the only reason they cite when they talk about their rural hospitals closing. Don't believe me? Here's a video of a news station talking about a hospital closing in their area because of all the cuts to Medicaid. The fact that this administration is trying to claim that this isn't happening when we could easily access the information that proves it's happening right now is fucking crazy. But this is how dumb they know the MAGAs are. And if that's not enough for you, here's another article about 9 rural hospitals in Illinois that are also at risk of being closed, along with a video that talks about how the big beautiful bill is cutting millions of people off of their Medicaid.
Guys, fellow members of the Blue Hair Brigade, why are they crashing out over Cracker Barrel now? What did we do? Who infiltrated? The same people that talk about things, people reacting weirdly to stuff. Why are they crashing out over Cracker Barrel? I thought they had Dunkin' and like American Eagle jeans and whatever. Cracker Barrel's not going to get the Bud Light treatment, are they? They're not going to go pew up. I don't know. Like, I'm confused. Who's eaten at a Cracker Barrel recently? I got one next to my house. I ain't been in there. Other than saying you get off at the Cracker Barrel exit to get, off the interstate to get to my house, I really don't think about them much enough to care. This is where they're spending energy? Is it because they didn't have anywhere to eat after they went to American Eagle or whatever? I don't understand what's going on. Does this somehow affect national values, family values? I didn't know family values were in Cracker Barrel. Is it because they can't get the tacky shirts anymore? Or will the PTA moms buy their clothes? Like, what's the deal? I don't know. Could somebody explain it to me?
I don't know if anybody else can see this, but I've always said this to myself, and I've said this to a few people in my family. I think this nation is cursed actively, and we can, I'm getting into the spiritual stuff, I'm getting into my word, I'm becoming a Christ follower, but something in me tells me that this nation, the land that we are sitting on, will never recover. And we can see this, firsthand. Look at the unrest in our nation. Look how our people have never been okay. Our people have never been at peace with ourselves. Our people have never been in eternal peace with itself. This nation has always been at war, whether it's been at war with another nation, whether it's been at war with ourselves. Since they signed the Declaration of Independence, we have seen some sort of resistance or violence attached to the name of this nation. This nation cannot rest, and it will not rest. You can't acquire a nation the way we acquired it and not expect to feel something, right? They always tell us, right? These sayings that transcend our generations, they even transcend some of our bloodlines, right? When you think of what goes around comes around, karma's gonna come get you. Karma's a bitch, right? Like why are all these karmic sayings always in rotation, right? Why are all these spiritual sayings that basically whatever you do is going to come back, and you are going to reap what you sow, right? And this is just, these are all saying the same thing. Bad deeds do not go unchecked. Bad behavior does not go unchecked. The people in this nation will never be at peace internally because of what happened on this soil, on this land has not been addressed. And people think that, okay, well, I can do something bad and I just die and it'll just go away. Your family lives with that. Your ancestors live with that. We're seeing that today. They are living with this unrest inside of them. This is why this nation has always been at war. 11 wars. 11 wars. How much blood do you think this nation has shed? We've dropped 2 nuclear bombs. We're the only nation that has used nuclear weapons. This nation is violence. All that violence, all that bloodshed, all them tragedies these dudes thought they could do to these people on this land, whether it was the Native Americans first, then move over to chattel slavery, right? The transatlantic slave trade. Then we still got the Mexican-American War. These people were fighting everybody in proximity. It's proximity with this nation. This nation will kill if it could. This nation has a violent tendencies, has violence in the spirit. There's unrest in the spirit, and it will not go away until there is acknowledgement and there is atonement. We don't know how these spiritual things work. That's the cool part. We don't know how they work. I'm simply observing how this system works. I don't know how it works, though. The inner workings, that's for God to know, right? Or the creator, or whatever you believe in. But whoever you believe in, whatever I believe in, are most likely the same person or thing or being. And they are not going to let this nation roll around in money before it has to roll around in its filth. And that's what this nation is doing. It's going to take people to understand that even though they weren't the ones who did it, someone's going to have to step up and take the bullet for this one. So, they have not talked about anything that has happened on this soil. All they care about is money, 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 money. This nation is destined to fall.
So guys, I hope you have watched that video and you have seen how things have really changed in America, especially to the people, or to the MAGA people, to the white Americans who voted against their own interests, to the farmers who voted for deportation, because majority of farmers, they believe that they are going to vote for deportation, the immigrant people who are helping them to be deported, and they will bring black people in their farms. So what these people, they wanted, it is like they wanted to bring slavery back in America, simply because they vote immigrant people to be deported so that they can bring black Americans and they can start treating them like how they were treating them the days of slavery. But black Americans, they are very smart. Black Americans, they have refused to go and work in the farmers, in the white farmers, in the rural farmers. They have decided they are not going to work in the farms, and because of that, we have been seeing majority of the farmers, they have been going bankrupt, simply because the workers, they are not showing up, and also black people, they have refused to go and help them. So the crops, they are rotting in the farms, and also there's nobody who is going to pick those crops in the farm, and because of that, they have been losing their farms, they have been losing the crops in the farm, and also they have been going bankrupt. And also the government also, it has also made them to go bankrupt simply because of the tariff. This government, when they were bringing tariff, majority of the farmers, they cheered up for the tariff, and the government lied to them. The government told them that this tariff, they are not going to pay. The people are going to pay this tariff. It is the country which they are doing business with. But right now we are seeing the prices of things, it has gone up, and also majority of farmers, they are really being affected with the tariff. And also because of that, also the farmers, they are crying. And right now we have been seeing majority of them, they have been crying help from black people, you can imagine. So right now they want help from black people, since black people, they have refused to go and help them in the farms. And also they came out and also they pleaded with black nurses. They wanted also help from black nurses. They want black nurses during the weekends to go and help them to pick the blueberries in their farms. So but also the black nurses, they refused. So right now what the black Americans, they are doing is they are trying to teach these people a lesson. voting for racism, it is very expensive, and also voting to punish other people, you might also be punished. So right now, black people, they are living, they are staying silent. They are not they are not joining them anytime soon because they want these white folks to learn their lesson. So guys, I want to read some of the comment here and see what people they have said in the comment section. And also guys, you can also share your thoughts on the comment section. Tell me what do you think about right now these white people, knowing that knowing that black people, they have refused to help them, knowing that they voted for this administration knowing that it will favor them, but right now we are seeing also they are being punished. So this one is saying that racism don't pay the bills. Quote of the day, well said lady. Exactly, racism don't pay the bill. This one saying that voting hate has a price. Yeah, voting hate has a price. This one is saying that baby, this ain't karma, this is cause and effect that went hard as F. This one saying that they claim to be Christian and God-fearing people, at the same time treat humans like shit. Exactly. These people that have been claiming to be Christian, but how they've been treating black people in America, they've been treating them like these not people who needs to be accepted in the society. But right now, I'm so happy to see it is like God is punishing these white folks for the wrong things they have been doing to the minority group for over 400 years. We've been seeing how black Americans have been suffering in America. This one is saying that they got screwed by Trump in his first term and thought I enjoyed that. Let's do it again. So in the first time also, Donald Trump, he treated them like this, and these people, they didn't listen, so they waited and vote him for second time, and right now they are realizing that, oh, we shouldn't we should not support, if we couldn't know Donald Trump is coming to do this, we shouldn't give him the vote. This is saying that when he had his rallies, all those farmers were there with their Trump hats and banners, laughing at him, insulting everyone, bless you hat. So during the campaign season, you saw how these people, they were with the MAGA hats, MAGA t-shirt, how they were laughing when Donald Trump, he was insulting black people. But right now you can see they are really suffering. Majority of them, they're really going broke. We have been seeing how like starting this November, we are seeing also there is no going to be a SNAP benefit. They also, the government crashed the big beautiful bill. Their Medicare also gone. So government, it is not, this government, it is not joking to these MAGA people. So this one saying that more intelligence in this video than in the state of Florida. This is saying that they thought they were bringing a distraction to the black community, but see who's now crying out for help. This one is saying that the first beautiful black queen spoke truth with fact. So the first big this one is saying that hi, the things that stand out for me the most is how wise, intelligent, calm and confident the American black community is responding to the chaos and division in the USA. I tend to prefer their insight on America downfall. They were right all along. Exactly. America, it is falling and nobody can stop the falling of America right now. If Americans, they will not repent, they will not pay black people their reparation, America, it is going to fall down. So this one saying that they brought all of this on themselves and unfortunately on the rest of us also. This one is saying that racism is expensive. Is it MAGA? This one is saying that I really like the second person, a woman. She said the truth. Yes, madam, you said the truth. This one is saying that you cast yourself. Exactly. The MAGA people, they are the ones who cast themselves. This one saying that, and amazingly, American vote themselves into this mess. Exactly. The MAGA people, they voted themselves into this mess. They thought that they were punishing only black people or the minority group, but also right now they are realizing also they did a very big mistake, and also they are being punished very hard. This one is saying that when a person has so much hate in their heart, it eventually returns to them just like a boomerang. This one saying that that black lady is right. I lived in Boynton Beach from 2010 to 2015. It has changed. Miami was never friendly. Traveled away south to Key West, stayed in Miami, and was left thinking they don't want my businesses. I inconsiderate, borderline rude at the hotel, and the people didn't engage much with politics. I canvassed for Obama. I guess tourist money was enough. Now it's gone. I do not like the governor. The people deserve better. Even during COVID, the people were underserved. They learned nothing. This one is saying that I'm laughing out loud. Are they not the same people who wanted that? Exactly. These people, they wanted that, and right now they are getting what they wanted. This one is saying that people cast themselves through action and decision. Time to take accountability. This one saying that is so on point. Speak sees. This one saying that this lady tells it exactly as it is, cause and effect. Yeah. This one is saying that I am from a rural southern state where my family worked the farm for generations. I understand the plight of small farmers. Even so, if they vote for Trump, they are getting exactly what they deserve. I will not travel to a confederate slave-owning state for any purpose, much less vacation there. For them, the civil war and racism never ended. Yeah, so right now, whatever these people that are going through, it is these people, they brought this themselves. So let them go through for what they voted for. So kindly guys, subscribe if you haven't, like this video, share, and also comment guys. See you on my next one guys. Bye bye.